Coach, day one, how was the energy level? How did you feel things went in the first day of training?
I thought today was very good. The guys had a high level of concentration, a level of focus to what it is we know we were trying to accomplish for today's goal. I really do like their energy, their enthusiasm, the focus on defense, as always, to start training camp, and then just the camaraderie and chemistry that they keep continuing to build.
Speaking of that camaraderie and chemistry, your group, everybody can sense a unique togetherness. What does that afford you? You know, how can that translate through training camp and early in the season on the court?
Well, I think it just continues to grow. The longer you are with guys, you understand the tendencies, you understand your responsibility to the team. So everything becomes about the process of what you're trying to accomplish more than the individual piece. So guys know exactly what they're giving to the group.
What can you learn from one practice? What did you learn today, first day of camp?
I think it's just the starting of our process. Knowing what we have to clean up, which is always going to be making sure we take care of the basketball. Defensively, how we have to continue to communicate at a high level. And again, it's the first time these guys have been together. I was obviously since last season. So our ability just to continue to grow our chemistry, hit our foundational pieces, and go from there.
KCP said yesterday this is the first team he's been a part of where everybody likes to defend. Knowing the teams he's been on, what does that mean to you to hear that?
It means that our core values and our standard has been set. So trying to understand who we are with our Magic standard means that you're going to defend first if you want to be on the floor and in order to help us win basketball games.
It's really hard to make a big leap from 1 year to the next. It's really, really hard to do it 2 years in a row. How are you guys going to do it 3 years in a row? I mean, and there are ways where you can.
Right. Well, I think it's the process of things. And you don't look at the final result in a lot of ways. You really focus on the process of our guys getting better. A lot of our young men and these guys have talked about, what they learned from that 7-game series. Well, now there's a hyper focus to what you can do individually to get better. That's part of the process. And then what you can do collectively to get better. And that's going to show up from day to day.
So as much as you didn't like the outcome, obviously, it is, the pain is a necessary step.
Yeah, we definitely did not like the outcome. But at the end of the day, if you can learn to look back and reflect on how you get better from what happened, then you have a chance to continue to grow.
Kind of going back on KCP, I know it's just one day, but you getting to see him in the first organized basketball setting with the rest of the guys. What were your first takeaways?
I mean, he just fits in perfectly. And his ability to defend, communicating with the guys, his leadership by just the way he moves, the way he conducts himself, the way he carries himself. It doesn't even always necessarily have to be vocally, but he does a tremendous job of just showing things by the way that he plays and his actions.
How is camp different for you this summer? How have you grown, looking back at, maybe the first day of training camp last year or the year before? How have you grown, or how has this process changed?
Well, because we continue to bring the group back, there's the continuity and the chemistry that you're not reteaching a lot of the things. You're just touching back on your foundational pieces that your coaches understand, that the players understand, and making sure we're always hitting those foundational fundamental pieces. But guys are getting and picking up quick, so you're not spending as much time there.
The growth that in Germany obviously didn't do what it wanted to do this summer, but the guys got to play a lot of very high-level basketball for the second straight off-season. Where are you seeing the growth in those guys, and what's the value of another international summer for them?
Well, just that competitive nature. When you're playing for something bigger than you can always bring that back to this group, knowing that's what we're doing. When you are with the Orlando Magic, you're playing for something bigger than you, for your team, for the community, for the organization, and just trying to win something bigger. And I think when they played over there, that's what that brought to them, and they bring that back to this group.
You spend a lot of time thinking about You spend a lot of time thinking about what everyone else has done, and now you're focused on your group. But the East was crazy last year, and it's crazier now.
I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's great that everybody has obviously leveled up to with their own teams, but we're all starting at the same point right now. And I think for our guys to understand that, it's going to be great for this group.
Such a core group back. How much real rust is there? How much can you shake off in a week?
Our coaches and I were just talking about that. I think the big portion of it is just going to be a lot of the conditioning. But again, hitting back on our core values and our Magic standard, I think is very big first, and then we can move from there. I think he did very well. I think there's always going to be the curve of trying to get things in, the pace of the game, the speed of the game. But I think he's done a great job because he asks a ton of questions. He's constantly working with the coaches, trying to see exactly what he needs to do to be able to fit in.
Did everyone get through practice?
Everyone got through practice well today. Thank you.
Kemba and Paolo passed away yesterday. Did you have any interaction with him, and what did he mean to the NBA?
I mean, he was just such a great global ambassador for the game. And more than just the basketball side of what he was able to do on the court, what he was able to do off the court, speaks volume. I was able to do a couple basketball without borders with him, and it honestly breaks my heart because of the man that he was and how he contributed so much to people, how he cared about people, how he cared about giving back, how he cared about the game, how he cared about continuing to grow the game that we all love so much. So, my condolences and our prayers go out to his family, but we lost a great player, but more importantly, we lost a great man.
Kenny, day one, how'd it go? How'd you feel the energy level was?
It went great. The energy level is as high as it can be. I've been anxious and ready to play, get back at it. And we had a great day to start training camp.
What was the focus today?
Focus on concentration, staying with our man, getting back in transition, and really defending. Trying to get back everybody acclimated to that end of the ball, and just being prepared and ready.
How refreshing is it? You've been in Denver for a long time with the same coach. How different was it, or how refreshing is it to maybe have a new voice or have something new to experience and learn?
It's always good to have something new in your life. I would say, but just being here I'm as excited as I can be. I'm ready to get back at it. Training camp, like I said, went great. I had a great day. I feel great, and I'm just ready and excited.
This team was one win from the second round last year, as you know. The East is loaded.
Yes.
The East keeps getting better, which is kind of scary. But will this, I don't want to say surprise teams. I don't think it's going to surprise too many people. But what makes you think this team can take that jump that a young team has to do?
The group of guys that we have, they have most of the guys, the core guys that came back, that we signed. Like I said, it's just adding new pieces, it's always good. But I think we can also, take that leap, if we continue to believe in each other, trust each other, and, just go out there and play.
Everyone says, the West is the stronger of the two, and that's loaded too. But do you think it's kind of even? I mean, the East has like 5 or 6 teams that can legitimately say we can win.
The East is getting better. It's gotten better every year, and both conferences are great. I would say, there's no easy win when you step up to a team. You still got to prepare, be ready. But I'm glad to be back in the East. I haven't been in the East in a while, but I'm excited, just ready to play.
I know it's just the first day, but just kind of getting a sense for how you fit in with the rest of the guys in the organized setting. What was that like?
It was great. For me, just more like just trying to learn what they do defensively, offensively, put myself in situations. Also helping some of the young guys talking defensively, and them helping me offensively to get in my spots and let me know where I need to be. So today was big communication day for us and focus.
Anyone stand out? I don't know how much you guys went up and down today, but anyone stand out in the way that maybe you didn't expect or didn't see in some of the more informal settings?
What I can say, I feel like everybody is in shape. Everybody's just a little rusty. We just getting back at it. First day of training camp. Everybody's still trying to learn, each other's tendencies. A lot of people changing things over the summer. But like I said, it's a great first day, and we're going to continue to get better.
How much are you looking forward to this role of, obviously, you get to still play at a very high level, you're still an elite shooter, but you've got that championship mentality, and on this team, you're a vet, too. How much are you enjoying this whole
I'm enjoying it. I love this game, what I'm saying? I studied, this game a lot, and just to have that voice to be able to, be a vocal leader on this team, and a lot of young guys that like to they listen and want to learn. And I'm always talking about defense. So stuff I know and what they want to learn. And they also teaching me things, what they see and what I don't see. So you just learning from each other, and I'm enjoying the process so far.
What have you learned from you played against him for 2 years. But when you actually are in here with Paolo, what have you picked up about his game that maybe you didn't know?
His playmaking. Just being alongside him, it's hard to see that. But like out here, his decision making, attacking the transition when you have the lane, making the right decision in the post. So also that's what we always talk about as well. How can we get easy baskets for you? And that's going to help him out a lot if he just continue to stay patient with himself and continue to learn.
The training
Is
camp.
the AC working?
Exactly.
Time to get a new building.
Training camp day one. How'd everything go for you?
I think it was good. Just getting back here with everybody, being all together as a group. Going over our concepts. It was just good to be here, and it was a good start to day one.
Little birdie told me you had a nice sequence there with a deep shot that one of the camera people may have caught.
Yeah.
Just take us through that sequence and how fun was that just to have on the first day?
Oh, it was super fun. We was playing 3-minute games. I hit a little jumper, then we came down, got a stop. There was like 3 seconds left, and I just heaved it from the opposite free throw line, and it went in. So that was a funny little moment.
Oh, I know it's not the banner you ultimately play for, but when you see the division title banner up there, you realize where this franchise was 24 months ago. Just what does it make you feel about the progress that you all made?
Oh, it's awesome. Just getting to put a banner up and have something that you can point up to, and it's a symbol of the work you put in that year, that season, and I think just looking at it, I think it'll be the symbol to the start of something even greater. So it's good to be able to put stuff like that up on the walls. Hopefully we can put a couple more banners up.
With the big core group back, how much rust is there? And how much can you guys shake off in a week?
Yeah, I mean, that first 5, I feel like we felt pretty good together. Obviously, there's going to be some rust and some things to work through as a group, just it being our first time together, this season. But, it didn't feel, like it was, super rusty or, out of sync. I think we felt pretty good together. I think our communication as a group was good. And I think we just have to, get the whole group, to communicate in that way.
What'd you take from Game 7? And as much as it's done, how much do you think you probably needed to go through that to get to the next level?
Yeah, I think what I took was that, in a playoff series, let alone a Game 7, there's no time for your body or mind to rest, outside of when you're on the bench. But, even then, it's such a high-intensity game, whether you're up 10, down 10, it really doesn't matter because, it's such a long game, and in those type of games, all it takes is 1 or 2 plays to shift the whole momentum. And I think we saw that, with us being up, how we were in the first half, and then us, losing the lead. So, like you said, it sucked, but I think it's something that we needed to go through as a team, as a group. Us being young as we are, I think we needed to learn that, got to be able to finish in those moments, and I think we will next time we get there.
When you look at the East, do you think this could be a surprise team, or do you think you're not going to surprise anyone?
Yeah, I mean, I think, amongst the league, amongst our peers, I don't think we'll surprise anybody. I think everyone knows kind of what they're getting when they play us, and, that they have to be ready. As far as the outsiders and the fans, maybe there would be surprise. But I think our peers and around the league, they realize that, we're no longer a team that you can, just relax when you play against us. I think, we've earned that respect.
What was it like getting on the court with KCP for the first time?
It was good. He was just like being himself, being super vocal, doing all the little things, and just picking his brain in his practice. I can tell that, me and his communication is going to be, vital just to, our team and our success, and as well as him communicating with everybody else, because the stuff he's seeing out there is usually 1 or 2 steps ahead. So just trying to use him as a vessel to learn and realize what's going on.
We heard a lot of guys talk yesterday about how this was going to be more focused, more intentional training camp. First day in, obviously, did it feel different? Did it feel different today than it did maybe last year?
I would say it would. My first year we didn't even have a camp, and then last year, it was different. I know for me it was a lot different. I was dealing with other stuff, and guys were coming back from different places. So I think this camp, guys are fresher. guys are more ready just to jump right into our team concepts, and I think the coaches are also moving at a quicker pace, and so that's on us to be able to learn on the fly. But I think this being our third year together, I think we should be able to do that.
Crazy to think that you could be a college senior right now.
Yeah, man. I was just thinking about media day yesterday had me kind of tripping a little bit that this is going into my third year already. It's going by super fast, like you said. Still 21, so could definitely still be a college senior. All my friends who were in college are going into their last year of school, so it's just crazy, growing up and realizing how fast things are going.
Would you want to go back and average 40 and 40?
Man, that would be a hell of a time, averaging 40 in Cameron, but no, man, they got a hell of a squad, and I'm excited to see them play this year.
How much have you seen of Cooper?
I've seen them a bit. I went up there end of May, early June for K Academy after our season got over, so I got to see their whole team together. And yeah, Cooper's a hell of a player, but the rest of that group as well is serious. They're about 9-10 guys deep, so not sure how Shire's going to get all them guys minutes, but I'm sure he'll have a lot of guys ready to hoop, so I'm excited for them.
What are your first impressions of Tristan so far?
Oh yeah, I think he's a really talented player. I think he's going to be a guy that is really steady. He doesn't really change his facial expression. Obviously, it was his first day as a rookie, so there's stuff he needs to learn and pick up on. But I think once he does, pick up on some of those things, he'll be good for us.
Hello, your group obviously has a unique closeness. Everybody can sense that. What does that afford you as a team? Does it allow you to perhaps be more vocal with one another? How can that translate into training camp or on the court?
Yeah, I think it just allows you to hold each other accountable, without anyone taking anything personal. I think, us having such a great relationship with each other as a group, allows us to, get on each other. If we see something, that, someone's doing wrong or can clean up, I think, no one is going to be hesitant to call it out and, get it right. And then it's the other person's job to not take that criticism or that, coaching, correcting personal and use it, to help them. So I think that's just the advantage you have as being a close-knit team is that, guys are comfortable with, calling each other out if need be or, just giving each other constructive criticism and helping each other out.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Vic.
Thanks, Paolo.
How y'all doing?
Good. So,
Yeah. Solid. Can't complain.
so first day of NBA training camp, how'd it go? What were your takeaways?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Obviously there's always stuff that I can improve on. Talked about it as a team. Just trusting the process, sticking with it, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So, either way, this is day one, so I'm about to be ready to attack day two, and I'm excited for tomorrow.
Anything surprising? What you expected? First time today practice this time.
I'm used to college practices from end of September till beginning of November, so it was a little different, but obviously the competition is a different level. The game is a little bit different with the spacing and all that, so it's different. It wasn't what I expected, but I also don't know exactly what I expected.
Was it kind of like a pinch me moment, like just another step in your journey?
Yeah, definitely. But at the end of the day, this is still basketball, this is still practice, so I'm just attacking every single day to try to get better and just sticking with the process and trusting it.
Is this kind of a day that maybe you had to sit in for a while? How much did you look forward to? Because I know it's just practice, but it being your first time.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of kicks things off. After this week, we got our first preseason game, and so this is the first time that everybody's in the gym. Everybody's kind of working on the same thing together. And it's a lot of fun to see everybody out here, everybody getting after it and kind of building that team chemistry on the court.
You went through camp with a couple of these guys from summer league. Did that process help you prepare you a little bit for now and have that chemistry with them already?
Yeah, you definitely get glimpses with the summer league practices. But once again, the level is different, so it makes playing against those guys and being out there a little different because every minor mistake is gonna cost you.
And so far, from what you can see, does the way you guys have played or some of the schemes you guys have been doing, is that something that fits into how you play, what you've seen so far?
Yeah, it's a lot of read and react off of each other, which I like. Yeah.
you knew on paper this is going to be a defensive team, but now that you kind of have the opportunity to play with your teammates, do you sense it even more?
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to create advantages and keeping them. So it's yeah, I'm gonna be ready for tomorrow though.
I know this is still kind of characterized as a young team. I think you're maybe older than some of the veterans, but who maybe is taking you aside and taught you some things or giving you pointers, and what's kind of been the relationship been like to learn the Magic way and learn what you guys do?
Yeah, the whole team is doing a great job, pointing things out and talking to me and giving me confidence to just go out there and play. But especially the older guys like Kojo, even though this is his first year too with the Magic, he's talking to me a lot. Jalen, Cole, Franz, Mo, they're out there talking to me. Paolo was out there talking to me too. So I feel like everybody kind of gets a good sense of when to talk to me and how to lift me up and kind of give me pointers.
Good.
Cool. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Have a good one.